Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm not sure what's going on here. I seem to have some kind of game. I hope you can't see it. And welcome to today's live. How are you getting on? I've seen some chatter about people having ditched the dummy, and it seems to be that those first 3 days are where it's at. It's a little bit tough, but things improve. So excellent work to those of you who have started. Now, I promised you that I would come on and talk a little bit about language development. Right. It's all a bit wrong today. I've got some weird thing. Anyway, let's just... Can you see me, guys? I feel like we're kind of... Well, there we go. Better. So, language development is my favourite thing to talk about, and I could probably talk to you for the next hour or so, but I don't want to overwhelm you and give you too much information, so I'm going to keep it short. So what I want to talk to you about is just very quickly what we mean by speech, language and communication, and how they develop, and when to be looking for some more support around your child's development. So, you'll often hear speech therapists or maybe health visitors, GPs talk about speech, language and communication. So what do we mean by that? So language is the development of concepts in the brain and realising that words represent different objects. So we say fork, we mean a fork, we say computer, we mean the computer. They're representations of objects, and children learn this, and the neurons and the pathways connect, and they begin to learn those words and then put them together. So language happens up here. Speech is your ability to get those words out. So it's your ability to put the sounds together, to use your vocal cords, to use your venom so that it doesn't come down your nose, to use your lips and your jaw and your tongue, to use your breath support to get words out. So all of those things constitute speech. Communication is our ability, hi Rachel, thanks for watching. Communication is about our ability to pass on a message, to ask a question, to get our thoughts out in the world and understood, to understand what other people are doing, to take into account non-verbal skills like how close we're standing to someone, how loud someone's voice is, what intonation they're using. It's much broader communication. It's much more about that message sending and the effectiveness. So some children can have difficulties in all of those areas, and other children might have difficulties, excuse my dog, I don't know if you can hear them, other children might have difficulties in specific areas, and the speech and language therapist's job is to kind of work out which bits are up to where and what the priorities are. Now, what we look for in children is the foundation and building blocks of communication as the most important, and that is your child's ability to interact with you, to send a message even if they're not talking, to take a turn, to play effectively, to let you join in their play. All those building blocks are really, really important. We then say that children by the age of 18 months should be, 12 to 18 months should be starting to use words, and by the time they're 2, they should have at least 50 words and be putting together 2-word combinations. Now, sometimes all gone is not a two-word phrase, because actually it just is one meaning. It just happens to have 2 syllables in it. It would be things like daddy gone, or mummy shoes, or baby drink. So 2 separate ideas put together to give a meaning. And what happens is children begin to understand 2 words together. So you could say get your shoe and put it on the bench. And so they understand what to get and where to put it. And then they start using 2-word phrases. The next thing that happens is they start to understand 3-word phrases. So get the big teddy and put him on the bed. And then they start to put 3 words together. And then 4. So we say 2 words together by 2 and 3 words together by 3. And then by 4, beginning to kind of sort out grammar and word order and much more in depth in terms of vocabulary and linking words. So if you've got a child, and remember, don't worry about, when we're talking about language, which we are at the moment, you don't need to worry about how those words sound. It's just the fact that they're making them consistently and you can understand what they mean. So you're looking for your 18-month to 2-year-old to be developing lots and lots of single words, and by 2 putting 2 words together. And then your 2 to 3-year-old learning lots of 2-word phrases and expanding their vocabulary, and then being able to put 3 words together. And to be able to understand 3-part instructions. Then we need to think about speech. So sometimes what happens is children's language is fine, it develops and they've got lots of words, but they're very difficult to understand. And then we start to look at what's happening in the mouth, what are the muscles doing, have they laid down in their brain that these sounds start with these words start with a b and these start with a t. Can they hear the difference? Can they perceive the difference? Do they know which ones start with which sound? And so by looking at all of that, the speech therapist can work out why the child might be having difficulties with sound. But what we know is that some children can take a while to get good, clear speech. Others seem to just get it straight away. It's always the case with everything. But actually over time, and we know that by the end of reception, most children have sorted out their speech sounds. Parents get worried before that, because if you've got a very chatty 3-year-old but nobody can understand them, obviously that impacts. But in order to work through that, you might need for that child to have good attention and listening skills, good learning skills, and be able to sit and work with somebody in order to kind of move them on. Now, I am a big advocate of the parent being the child's best therapist. And the reason I say that is because I know that children learn best from those that they love, and that is a parent or somebody in the family that they love and are connected to because they want to please them, they want to get the right thing. I'm sure you remember back to subjects or lessons that you particularly loved at school, and I'll bet my bottom dollar that part of that was that you liked the teacher and you felt a good rapport with the teacher. And so it's really important to have that connection in order to teach communication, because sometimes what happens is parents look for speech therapy to kind of come in, do something, wave a magic wand, do an exercise, spend half an hour with the child, and the child to be improved. Whereas actually what we need to do is set up the environment and learn strategies for parents to use so that children are learning in every single interaction. We're kind of maximising the chance of language development. So I work online with parents, helping them and supporting them to learn all these strategies, to get the knowledge. Like I said yesterday, you are the expert on your child, but experts go outwards and gain more knowledge. So it's about getting the information, and it's about using every little interaction during the day, during play, during bath time, during bedtime, to make sure that you use the strategies that will make your child the best communicator they can possibly be. And so if you haven't done already, but you're worried about your child's talking, I have got a free group, Parenting Children with Speech, Language and Communication Difficulties, and I go live every week. There's a real bank of videos in there now because I've been doing it for a while, and you can go in and watch some videos and get to know some of the things that are going to help your child. So I would really recommend that you do that. I also am about to launch a membership scheme, which is going to be a supportive community led by me, but with the support of everybody in there, for parents of late talkers. And there'll be bite-sized chunks of learning, there'll be lives, there'll be guest experts, there'll be PDFs and cheat sheets and activities to try. So everything will kind of come together in this one place. And the really exciting bit is that the beta launch, so what I'm going to launch initially, and it's going to be £10 a month. So for less than a cup of coffee a week, I'm going to be there to support you and hold your hand through this journey. But not only that, I'm going to get other people in to help you as well. And so if that's something you might be interested in, please do let me know. Send me a message, or if you do #interested in the comments, I will come to you and just tell you a little bit more about it. Now, how it's going to work is it's going to be open initially for that initial intake of parents. They're going to be the ones that help me to grow it and build it to where it needs to be. and it's going to be £10 a month. And the doors will shut once those intake are in, and we'll work together and really get going on it. When the doors reopen, it's going to be more than £10 a month. It's maybe going to be £20 a month and then £30 a month. So all the time the price will be going up. So you can stay in forever at £10. It'll never change. You can stay in a lifetime at £10. Or you can leave at any point. There's no contract. But if you come back in, you pay whatever the price is at that point. So I hope you find that helpful. I've got so much support to give, and I'm really excited to get going on this. I've worked with so many parents, and I'm very confident in this kind of model being really supportive for parents and helping parents to make those changes and move towards their child. And a lot of people said that, you know, just having somebody giving that support has made the world of difference, and their children, you know, have started talking. So if this is something you're worried about, do shout out. You're not committing yourself. I'm not some big business that's going to get you to sign in and sign your life away. It's not that at all. I just want to help, but I've got to, you know, in order for me to give my time totally and wholeheartedly to this, it has to be a paid option. There is the free option, and I will keep giving into that free group. So if this is not for you at the moment, do join my free group, because I don't know what happened then. So yeah, just come along and join in and get the support, because there's nothing worse than feeling like you're alone. And I know services are stretched and people are not getting the support that they would like to get, and so I'm going a little way to helping with that. Come on, I'm really enthusiastic about this, and keep going with this dummy challenge. You know, if you're day 2 or 3, you're nearly there, so keep it going. Let me know how you're doing. Bye bye.